So I was looking around for a video to cover, and then I decided, you know what, fuck it, we're going whaling.
I went swimming last summer for the first time in years. I was so proud of how happy I felt in my new swimsuit that I took a selfie and posted it on Tumblr, like thousands of other people do every day.
Oh lord, I know where this is going.
The next morning, I had an anonymous message waiting for me. You have one of the worst bodies I have ever seen. You're just a giant mushy blob. As someone who swims 6 days a week, seeing people like you in the pool puts me off food and makes me swim twice as much. You are truly disgusting to look at. For the love of God, stop stuffing your face. And before you blame a medical condition of some sort, you don't get that huge without seriously overeating, so don't kid yourself.
Well, I mean, they're right there, and it seems like you agree with them since you don't even really debunk that last part.
My response was something along the lines of, LOL, and yeah, I do eat a lot. Food is delicious. If you don't want it, I'll take it. I've worked hard to learn how to defend against these messages.
So apparently the solution is to make fun of yourself and agree with them. Okay.
The hate will keep coming, and I have to be ready to deflect and fight back, not just because I risk being overtaken by the hater hordes, but because I'm supposed to be an inspiration.
What?
Maybe not to the masses, but to a few. Those few who have commented, emailed, messaged, told me that I inspired them to love their bodies. They're important to me. I don't want them to know that I still have days where I think my life would be better if I was skinny.
Well, hang the fuck on, I think you might have been onto something there. You know, maybe, stay with me here, maybe your life would be better if you stopped being really unhealthy. Just saying.
I don't want them to know about those nights where I still cry because I feel disgusting. I want to be a beacon.
Well, beacons are pretty easy to see from far away, you got that much down.
Not a disappointment. But those days do happen, and the messages keep coming, so I've had to learn how to fight back. Ignore them. Be flippant. Turn it into an opportunity for activism.
Or, you know, you could just block them. The block button's there for a reason, you know. And if what you're getting sent is just harassment, then I wouldn't judge you for using it.
My favorite part of this lovely message is where they said, before you blame a medical condition.
Yeah, it's my favorite part too. It's the valid part.
They have anticipated this excuse because I am not unique in being the object of their disgust. I am not special. I am the 5th, 10th, 42nd, 100th fat person at which they have spit their hatred. Fat people who, let me remind you, have done nothing more than post pictures of themselves in all their fat glory and said, hey, I look good. And don't you dare think this anonymous piece of shit is unique. Any fat person who loves themselves loudly, verbally, textually, visually, has stories of abuse, oppression, and violence to fill their own Library of Alexandria, and we know how it feels to be burned to the ground.
You know, this sort of stuff isn't unique to fat people either. Pretty much anyone who gives themselves some sort of a presence on the internet gets shit like this, and you know what? We learn to deal with it. It's not that hard. You're not a special snowflake because you get hate comments, and it doesn't give you an excuse to go full victim mode. Like I said before, the block button. It's there for a reason. And if you're talking about abuse outside the internet, I hope I don't have to tell you that doesn't happen exclusively to fat people either.
That is why being fat and standing up and saying, I don't hate myself, is a revolutionary act. Being fat and wearing bright colors and tight clothes and horizontal stripes is a revolutionary act.
Oh my god, no, you're not a fucking revolutionary, you're just someone who's really proud of being the size of a hippo for some reason.
Getting big, colorful tattoos of fat mermaids on our fat thighs is a revolutionary act. Because here's the thing. Being fat is having to exist in a world that doesn't want me.
Well, forgive me if I'm starting to sympathize with the world a little bit right now.
Flying is one of the most nerve-wracking experiences I've ever had, not because the plane might crash, but because I might get on it and find out last minute that I can't fit in the seat, and then oops, sorry, better scrounge up the money for another ticket or wave my flight goodbye.
Or, here's a crazy, radical, revolutionary idea. You get on a goddamn treadmill. It isn't the world's fault that you can't fit in an airplane seat because of your own choices.
I'm going to college, working to get this education that my generation was promised would make our lives better, but you try concentrating on literary theory when the arms of your chair are digging into your thighs hard enough to bruise.
Oh, okay, so you're so committed to education, but you can't even be bothered to lose a little bit of weight. That's great.
Shopping with friends? Forget it. Maybe one store in a mall will carry clothes that fit me. If I'm lucky, those clothes will be something resembling cute. If I'm very lucky, one other store will carry plus sizes. Online only, of course. They can't have fatties in their store.
Or maybe they don't normally carry those sizes because most people aren't ginormous.
Being fat is knowing that this man-made world isn't made for me, but I have to live in it. If anything actually does acknowledge that I exist and deserve representation, it gets accused of promoting obesity.
Yeah, because obese people are unhealthy. Same reason models aren't chain smokers with no teeth left.
Because there are definitely little kids out there saying, I want to be fat when I grow up, if they see a cool fat character on TV. And the fat little kids who grow into eating disorders because they never see someone like them portrayed positively in a book, in a movie, well, at least that eating disorder will make them skinny, right?
No one fucking says that. Either show an example or stop strawmanning.
Body positive spaces do exist. You can find plenty of people willing to crow that they support self-love for everyone. Problem is, a lot of them don't practice what they preach. There's a limit to their definition for everyone. They only want certain kinds of fat people to love themselves. If you're too big, well, they're not sure body positivity is for you.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. There are body types. There are people that are just naturally bigger, but morbidly obese isn't a fucking body type.
A fat woman with big breasts and a flat stomach and smooth curves in all the right places is celebrated, while a fat woman with a flat chest and a big stomach and lumps and rolls is called disgusting.
Yeah, because one of those is generally considered healthy, the other isn't. Big fucking shocker. Also, it makes biological sense since women with bigger breasts and asses are generally better at childbearing. So yeah, not even nature is on your side.
If you don't fit into their narrow scope of good fatness, they think it would be better for you to hate your body. Because we've been taught that hatred is the first step to changing ourselves. Choose a spot you hate. Call it a problem area. Conceal it, reshape it, squish your organs together, and wear black in the hopes that the fat will become void.
Or, you know, just lose some weight.
If you hate it, you will find the motivation to change it. Pretend that once you are fixed, you will be able to escape the hatred you've grown and tended in your soul like a dark garden. Pretend that once your problem area is gone, the hate will melt into love instead of continuing to spread and take root.
Alright, I officially have no idea what the fuck you're saying anymore. This is just poetic bullshit.
Whenever I get a crush on a guy, because we do have hearts beneath all this fat, it doesn't matter how well we get along, it doesn't matter if I think he's flirting with me. I'm crippled by the voice in my head saying he's probably not into fat chicks. Of course, a lot of guys are into fat chicks.
Whoops, looks like someone just debunked their own point. Might want to get that foot checked out. That's a pretty nasty bullet wound.
It's a fine line between someone who has the revolutionary thought that I'm attractive and being flat out fetishized.
Oh great, this argument. What is with this, oh, we're being fetishized bullshit? Can't you just be glad that someone's attracted to you? God.
But there are some good ones out there. I get dates. But on the first date, I almost always order a salad when I want a steak and water when I want Dr. Pepper, as if that will make him think I'm one of the good fatties. You know, one of the ones who's going to lose all of that unsightly weight. And oh, the praise a fatty will get for eating a salad.
Yeah, how dare they look up to people who are trying to make their lives better. Those goddamn savages.
It doesn't matter that it's impossible to look at a person and know their health or know what they eat on a regular basis. A stranger will still interrupt the lunch of your average salad-eating fat person to say, good for you. I guess they're just proud of me because I'm not stuffing my face as certain anonymous douchebags are convinced that I do all the time.
Like when they see someone with liver failure and can't even walk straight and they dare to assume maybe he drinks too much.
When I used to do that salad and gym thing, I wasn't really doing it for myself. It didn't make me happy. It didn't magically make me feel beautiful and worthy of existence. I convinced myself that I wanted to lose weight to be healthy, but of course that wasn't the case.
Well hey, if you don't want to live longer and fit in an airplane seat, then that's your business. Just don't complain about it in the end, even though I know you will. And yeah, that's about it. Nothing else she says is really that interesting. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll try to get another video out soon.